Avena with SeeMeHunt.com. Here at 2012 SHOT Show with Julie Mogenis for this segment of Women in Hunting. Thanks for coming.
Thanks, Chris. We finally meet.
Yeah, a lot of phone tag, a lot of internet tag.
Well, you know, social media, there's a lot to be said for it. It's fastly growing and it gets the word out. But it's nice to be face to face and encounter.
It's nice to put a face behind the picture.
Absolutely.
Now, I know I actually Googled you.
Really?
Yeah, and there's so much information about you. You were 2010 Miss Huntress of the Year.
Yep.
You hold about a dozen world records. You are a retired judge and attorney, which would mean you're an intelligent woman. But
one would presume that.
But I saw a video clip of you lion hunting with a bow that you shot at 24 yards. Now, that's not very intelligent.
Actually, that was empowering. I had gotten to the point where intelligence and logic didn't govern your actions anymore.
Yeah.
You know, you get so adrenaline pumped to the point where you're almost on the other side. And it's not invincible because I'm still aware of danger, but you get to the point where you're at a level spot and it's almost at peace. You're so focused that you know what you got to do. And I mean, I made an incredible shot. And you know the old saying, luck is when opportunity meets preparedness.
Yeah.
Well, luck was definitely, you know, my co-pilot then. But I had a great PH, and I don't think I would have felt as comfortable to hunt on the ground with a bow at Lioness had I not had that support group.
Yeah, it looked like you had a nice group behind you. They were well supporting you, and it was just a great shot, a great video, and I was excited watching it. And just the pure exhilaration of you after the shot, it came through.
Well, I have to admit, that was, like I said, that was something on my bucket list. My chamois was on my bucket list. You know, I got a big whitetail, and whitetail hunting has its own mystique, but traveling around the world is something I like to do. And if I can collaterally educate folks while I'm doing it and get trophies, you know, it's just gravy all the way around.
Yeah, yeah. So, tell me a little bit about your records.
Well, one that's still standing, actually, SCI just recently wrote me. I was #1, and I think I'm now #2 for Northwestern Whitetail.
Oh, that's
It's a world record for a while. My biggest whitetail is 327 and 2/8.
That's a beauty.
I shot it with a Savage rifle that I made at the plant, and its last serial numbers was 007. So I'm one of the few people that actually hand-built my rifle. It's a 300 Winchester short mag, and so I named it Bond, put a Leopold scope on it, and I had it custom painted, so it's kind of like a green splotchy paint job, because I had this theory that if you know, kind of if you look bad, you feel bad, and it just was a good combo, and it instilled a lot of confidence. So on that hunt and a lot of subsequent hunts, that particular combination of rifle and scope did the trick. That whitetail was a great kind of Texas hard shot, as we call it. And you know, I got a chamois, South Pacific record. And you know, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll change up the methodology of hunting, whether it be bow hunting, black powder, pistol, crossbow. So some of my records are held in diverse weaponry.
Now, what do you prefer? What's your preferred method of hunting?
You know, I hate to say that it's whimsical, but it kind of is. I mean, I look at the geographical challenge, and I think, wow, this is what I want to do that with.
Yeah.
And in all honesty, my Lioness was supposed to be a lever action hunt. I brought my tall boots. I was going to cowboy up and take a lion or a lioness or some dangerous game. I wanted to start my big 5 with a 45, 405 lever action. And so I got, you know, my Winchester, 405 lever action with tall boots, and I was going to go through the Kalahari and bust me my first of the big 5. And Alan and the PH said, no, you brought your bow, why don't you, let's see what you can do with it. And my lever action was confiscated, and all of a sudden I was pushed into the realm of, you've got to bow hunt this. and we looked for tracks. We were at a hide, and we heard a radio call that informed us that there was actually tracks near camp. So I was actually dispatched with a valiant mission now.
Okay.
I was going to save the village.
Now there was a purpose.
Right, and it was like no turning back. I had the bow, and so it was just like, you know, just muster up and do it. And it happened. So now, like I said, that was, it instilled a lot of confidence that I can do anything. So just I picked the mission and the adventure, and that's how I do it.
It was exciting to watch. I'm sure it was multiplied being there.
Yeah.
How many of the big five have you taken so far?
I took a cape. I wound up using a 375 for a cape. Again, I was going to take the 405 lever action, and I was going to. I went leopard hunting also, and I said, well, I'm going to get my cape. For my leopard, I'll use a 375 because I felt like having just this lightning speed lit rectangle scope would help me in my leopard acquisition.
Yeah.
Hunted 14 days for my leopard, and unfortunately, it outsmarted us. We had inclement weather, sandstorms, and rude tracks, gemsbok being born, so the leopard had a lot of bait to eat, basically, other than where we were placing the bait. So, so far, my cape is number one on my big five.
All right, you're making your way through it.
Yep.
Do you prefer that over plains game?
I like both. There's different type of hunting. You know, I prefer spot and stalk. So I don't mind a 7-hour stalk. I don't mind a 3-day stalk. You know, whatever it takes. But plains game is going to be, you know, generally more distance hunting, where dangerous game is up close and personal, so it's a totally different adrenaline rush.
It certainly is. It's a lot more at risk. You got to be more prepared, more focused. You would know better than me. I've never done it.
Well, and you know, I have to emphasize safety and good equipment, and to have a good support team. I couldn't do any of this without the proper equipment. You know, whether it be optics, rifle, bow, and you know, safety, responsibility, and good support staff.
Have you hunted mountain lion as well?
Nope, not yet.
I would imagine it's a completely different hunt.
I don't know. I'm hooked on cats now. So after a leopard, I have mountain lion on horseback. Probably will be next.
Exciting. So, tell me a little bit about your ranch.
Well, the ranch name is the We Be Rockin', and we don't really explain. If you can't get it, you're not gonna. We're located kind of smack dab in the middle of Texas, and in the heart of the hill country, and that area is famous for a lot of both native and exotic game, and that's pretty much what we have on our ranch. Axis, black buck, whitetail.
All free range?
Nope. We have some free range area, some is within the state. We have whitetail both behind the fence and in the area. We have a spot where the lodge is that's within a high fence area where folks can actually experience animals they might not encounter. Elsewhere in North America, we have some ostrich and we have a pet zebra and stuff. So it's fun for the folks that visit to see, you know, sit on the porch and watch.
Ostrich tastes great. Now I know you're heavily involved in conservation and the promotion of hunting.
Right.
What's your involvement in conservation?
I think that at the core, all hunters are conservationists. They might not extrapolate it on that or acknowledge the fact, but if they're good management hunters, then they're conservationists because they're good land stewards. They're going to promote species procreation by managing out the particular animals that need to be taken out. What we've done is we've kind of wanted to enlighten folks, and we're trying to show the efforts that various hunting organizations and science has around the world in promoting conservation, biodiversity amongst the species. Just this past summer, we took a study that the A&M started on genetic field testing. They want to have a global repository of genetic samples from every animal on the planet, which can help in both human science, human medicine, and both how to predict a range or deprivation or mineral deprivation in an animal, So we're blending sciences, kind of like one world, one medicine.
Sure.
And we took a scientist with us to Africa, and throughout our Cape Buffalo hunts, we took blood samples and hair follicle samples, cataloged them, and we helped promote kind of a new relevancy to hunting, to show a new ethical standard for hunters.
Okay.
Now they can shoot their trophy, they can give their meat to that local tribe or whatever,
sure.
and then bring back or have made a contribution to science also. And it's a 2-minute test, so we're heavy into hunting.
Do you prefer hunting in Africa or North America?
Wow. I love to travel, period. And to say that I love one country over another, it's kind of like taking your best foods and saying which one, if you could only eat one, what would it be? You know, that's a hard one. Each country brings something different. I'm enamored with New Zealand and that area, and going back to the South Pacific area from River Buffalo. South America we're going to be going to. Africa has a different mystique, just because of the wildness and different cultures, all the countries that we go to, and just seeing those animals. It's just amazing in Namibia to drive over railroad tracks and see kudu on the railroad tracks.
Sure.
Replacing what we have whitetail.
You see the whitetail.
Yeah. So I love to travel. So I'm a world tourist, a world hunter.
I've traveled extensively also, except my travel has basically been finding the ultimate beach to lay on. But I do like to get out. We actually did a Kentucky hunt this past fall. I'm probably going to do something different this year. We sponsor a kind of site every year. It's going to be our annual hunt. Maybe we'll get down to Texas. I don't know.
Sure. Well, you're welcome. Texas is big, and we're big on hunting.
I appreciate you taking the time.
Sure, it was nice to meet you.
Thank you for
Glad
everything.
to do it.
Okay.
All right.